to our beloved fans across the globe. I am Brendan Dunn.
I'm Matt Welty from Complex Sneakers.
I am not supposed to be here. My name is Gerald Flores.
We appreciate your presence.
Yeah, we had a guest host who had to cancel at the last minute, so you guys are stuck with me, and I'm sorry.
This is Full Size Run, your weekly sneaker talk show where we discuss all the important things happening in the footwear world at the moment. We do have another guest joining us. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Lee England Jr., and I want to do something special for y'all, if you don't mind. I actually took the time to learn the theme, but it's going to be like, you know, the violin version. So
okay, this is the Full Size Run theme?
Yeah, there we go.
Beautiful. We're not paying you for that, but that was
You feel like he serenaded you with that one?
Yeah, I'm feeling suddenly sort of bourgeois. I'm feeling very classy right now.
It'll be the fanciest episode that we've had of it.
Not saying a lot. Lee, you're here today because you are, can we call you Michael Jordan's personal violinist? Is that an oversell?
No, it's not.
It's not. You're signed to Jordan Brand, that's right?
Yes, signed to Jordan Brand as a violinist.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it's such love, man. It's like when MJ saw me, it was just kind of like, he kind of like just knighted me. And you know, just welcome me into the family, and it's been just that. Like, if you've ever been around Jumpman employees.
Oh, Welty has. He has a long history with.
Yeah. Did you lose your shit when you first met Michael Jordan, or?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna gloss over that.
We can play. We're gonna run it back.
He has a tough history with Jordan Brand.
I went to a Jordan Brand preview last minute with this guy, and
Most embarrassing thing ever.
yeah, and I showed up wearing these Adidas sneakers in a different color.
Why would you do that?
I mean, hey man, I'm a loyal guy, right?
But that's just no.
All right. Tell us more about the genesis of your partnership with the brand. I know, I can't believe it either.
All-Star Week, you know, he always puts on his birthday party, and
We've never been invited.
okay, he has
Strange.
one of the biggest parties during All-Star Weekend every year. And so I was there on stage with another artist. I cranked up. I always start with classical music, and then it just morphs into this, I don't even know how to call it. It's just, I got their attention, basically. When I finished, it was kind of like all eyes on me.
And what do you do for Jordan now?
I have nonprofit endeavors and things like that they always attach themselves to.
More important than that, how many free sneakers are you getting a year?
I actually have to turn down sneakers from them. Like they were
Turn down sneakers? You
Yeah.
have more dignity than the rest of us, because
Look.
I don't know if anybody who's on the show has ever turned down a pair of free sneakers.
Look, man, they were sending so many shoes that I was like, I'm either gonna end up giving a lot of these away, or do you want me to like switch up my style? I do have the only Jordan Jumpman tuxedos in the world.
There's a Jordan tuxedo?
Yeah, I got
What-
them.
Is it close to this?
No, not even close to that. It's the tails, tuxedo tails. My whole style is like tuxedo tails, the Jordans. So this is how they saw me, like my hat, my baseball cap, just a funky style it really embodies who I am.
All right, so we do care about your opinion on sneakers. We want to know how you feel about these things, but we thought it's better that you let your instrument speak for you. So, anything you want to chime in with, or if you want to cut us off, if Matt Welty's being too long-winded and you need to.
Not to cut you off, there's someone else that you performed for that we just wanted to ask you about. This man.
We heard about that.
You heard about that? I was out front. I was playing while people were yelling and screaming at Trump Hotel.
Is that true?
No, it's not.
Okay, so like I said, anything you want to chime in with, just let us know with the violin there. The first thing we want to talk about today is Marcus Jordan, another guy with a close relationship with the brand, the closest I think there is. He was kind of trolling Drake on Twitter. We have to update you on everything that Drake is wearing and or doing every week. So he's still wearing Adidas. Marcus Jordan saw a photo of it on Twitter and said he's stuck in Adidas kicks forever, all caps, his, not ours, and then added that he doesn't actually know. He's saying nothing confirmed yet. Welty, I feel like this is something
Marcus
you can
Jordan
co-sign.
himself was almost stuck in Adidas sneakers. Remember?
Oh, right.
Yeah, when he went to the University of Central Florida and wore a pair of Jordan 12s and got the school to drop the sponsorship, which was,
Yeah.
But he bossed up in that situation, right?
I mean, a little bit.
Lee?
Moving on to the next thing that we saw this week, there was this weird Twitter spat. Kanye tweeted this image, which just seems like biomechanics, which is very weird, and I don't know how this is art, but...
I don't think it's art. He said this is the sketches for a Yeezy base layer because he's saying that Yeezy will no longer just be apparel or fashion stuff. You know, he wants to have like.
All right, maybe I don't get it. Maybe I don't get it. But
Do we think Kanye drew this?
anyways, Kanye had said that this was presented to him by someone on the Adidas or Yeezy design team, not Adidas. And then Tony Spackman, who previously worked for Nike, came out and said that I did this in '05, which it says up here.
Right.
Kanye had, infamously tweeted that it's okay to steal other people's ideas or something to that effect, which is kind of weird. He went on to say that the person who presented him this idea was actually fired from the...
Do we think that's true? Because here's the thing, like, it's hard to tell what's actually going on in that organization. That could easily be like Kanye West's excuse to just say, yeah, we fired the person, they're gone. Who knows?
Or this was like Kanye presenting it himself, and like he's like somebody on the inside.
I don't know. I mean, the crucial detail here is that in Kanye's version that he tweeted out, that it didn't have that part up there with fall 05, and credit to Diet Prada on Instagram who spotted this, but I personally don't think he's dumb enough to have like erased that and stolen this like that. I'm giving him credit. I don't know.
I'm more worried about this whole, obviously it's been like a roller coaster of Kanye stories, one being that we work at Complex and
we're contractually obligated.
We have to talk about
it really is like that SNL sketch over the weekend. Can I legally talk about SNL on this show?
Sure, why not?
Me personally, I feel like I'm worried for this guy. I mean, it seems like he's going through like a midlife crisis, like on Twitter.
Would be upfront that there's nothing worse than having to write a news story about a tweet.
And he does.
Yeah.
Kanye seems to have these meltdowns pretty regularly. So who's to say?
He's another Chicago guy like yourself. Do you used to look up to him, or do you still look up to him?
Look,
or?
man, Kanye is a genius, right? So that borderline genius insanity thing, he toys with it, and he actually toys with it in public. So I can't really fault him for anything that he says or what he's doing because he knows how to play the game.
Do you have beef with Miri Ben-Ari in the violin game?
I love her, man.
All right.
Yeah,
I didn't know
man.
because.
Oh no, I don't do the beef thing, man. You see me on the stage.
All right. Another wild comment from Kanye West recently was his suggestion on TMZ Live that slavery, quote, sounds like a choice. Do we think that's going to hurt resale value on the Yeezys? Do we think that this is going to affect how much he can move units in general?
I don't think so. I mean, we've been watching the numbers because that's what we do at Soul Collector. We follow big stories. And
you don't follow tweets?
like the resale values haven't really dipped as much. They did because the 500, it seems like there's been so many of them.
Yeah, there's a million crazy ones.
It's funny to me because you saw what happened to Under Armour after the election.
Yeah.
You saw what happened to New Balance after the election, where people were throwing their New Balances in the trash.
You never saw it with
you never saw it with Yeezys.
And it's also like it's such a small number in the grander scheme of things. Even though these shoes are getting more mass produced, it's not like it's a whole sneaker brand in itself where they're trying to move millions of sneakers.
Yeah.
Like it's probably not that hard to find 100,000 people who want to buy Yeezys. Like it's not like they're going to sit on shelves because of this stuff.
Yeah.
Adidas' CEO, I know I'm going to screw it up, is
You're going to screw it up?
Yeah.
These are the people that,
that
have you on their payroll. You don't know the CEO's name?
They're gonna take my shoes
What's
off.
his name?
It's a Casper Rorsted.
I think that's right.
Okay.
I think you got it.
Yeah, I knew it. He had to address this, and he said, there's certain comments that we can't condone, but said that the brand still hasn't considered stopping working with.
Yeah, they're not going to drop Kanye.
It's crazy.
They can't.
Why would they?
People thought that they were really going to drop Kanye West, even though he said some wild shit. It's like kind of like Adidas owes him kind of a lot for what's happened lately with the brand. I don't know, but
There's so many hybrids of the Yeezy that it's like, how are you gonna get rid of Kanye?
I mean, should he be responsible for
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying I don't think Adidas is really in the position to drop Kanye West.
Well, what would Kanye have to do to get dropped by Adidas?
Kill someone?
We need that. I need that. I need like a button I can just press and do that to my
We should just have you on
make
every
a
week.
soundboard of this, like.
We're not paying for that. The next rapper sneaker we want to talk about is Kendrick Lamar's latest Nike collection. This stuff is dropping at the TDE Championship Tour, 6 cities. Apparel and sneakers. This has the latest Nike Cortez Kenny 3. I like this stuff quite a bit. I'm glad to see them doing their thing with the apparel. Has Kendrick Lamar in this short time already eclipsed what Drake did with Jordan Brand? No offense. No offense for friends at Jordan Brand here and elsewhere.
Oh no, none taken.
Do you like the Drake Jordans?
Yeah.
I mean,
You got every pair?
Yeah.
when Kendrick has a Pulitzer, yes, I'll say yes.
I mean, that's not enough.
Musically though, who would you rather work with, Drake or Kendrick?
Sorry, Drake.
Are you just saying that because Drake is leaving Jordan Brand?
No.
What's the scoop? Can you give us a scoop on this?
I don't have.
You don't have the scoop? They got rid of his parking space?
Did they tell you to stop practicing your rendition of Nice for What? Moving on to the next thing, but another pop cultural collaboration. Might be hard to tell from this shoe, but it's the Dragon Ball Z Adidas ZX 500 RM. There's supposed to be a huge Dragon Ball Z pack coming out.
Yeah, I think this was supposed to hit in August.
Yeah. I love Adidas. I'm not really as big on the Boost stuff, obviously. Dragon Ball Z.
You love Adidas, understatement of the year. Go on.
Not for me, Dragon Ball Z.
I've never watched one episode. But
What?
I think this shoe is fire though.
Y'all never watched Dragon Ball Z?
How much Dragon Ball Z have you watched?
Never.
A bunch, man. Fifth
You
grade
can't
showed
play
up
the
on
Dragon
the
Ball
first
Z
day
theme
with the
song for us
Dragon
right now
Ball
and get a
Z
suit?
I don't even know it.
t-shirt.
Sorry.
I have
But
nothing
that,
in common
I get
with
it,
you
though.
guys.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to say that?
What?
That you like that shoe?
I said I get it.
You don't like it?
I didn't say I didn't like it either.
Okay.
I said I
Because
get it.
we don't want to get you in trouble.
If Jordan Brand did a Dragon Ball Z collection,
What world are we living in right now?
Okay, just look, man. I don't like every single shoe that comes out. Just like I'm a critic, just like anyone else. But I
Just
like
like the esteemed
I like
critics
what I
you're
like.
sitting next
you know?
to. Which Jordans do you hate?
what's your least favorite numbered Jordan?
Least favorite number Jordan.
1 through 14, not like the later shit. 1 through 14. What's your least favorite numbered Jordan out of those?
The twos.
That's fair. I feel like that's generally everyone's least favorite.
Yeah, it is everyone's least favorite unless you're trying to do a cool pick and say which is your favorite, and you want to seem like a really educated sneakerhead.
You saying that's what Russ?
Yeah, shout out
Benson?
to Russ
Yeah.
Benson.
I don't know who that is. He doesn't work here anymore. I don't know who that is.
Going on to talking about actually bad things, not just sneakers. This week, the worst thing I saw on the internet, or a kid got beat up for his off-white Jordan 1s, and then the group of kids who beat him up went to a store and tried to sell the sneakers and got caught.
Right afterward, right?
Is it
Yeah.
your best of the week?
It's sometimes.
Usually you're amused by these tales of sneaker violence.
Yeah.
No,
He is. He lives for this stuff.
No, I think that like this sort of shit is like, I know it sounds dumb, but I think it's crossing the line a little bit.
You're not amused.
Are you amused?
No, I'm not. But every time a sneaker fight comes up, you kind of rub your hands together.
There's
in a
some shit that's
Birdman
fun,
way.
but this one is like, oh man.
What do you think about this? What are your thoughts on sneaker violence?
I think there's a level of stupidity that goes along with it because I mean, if you're gonna steal the shoes, before it was just steal them so you could have them. Now you're gonna steal them so you can sell them. It's so many things that you could steal to sell.
Not that
You're
we're
gonna try to-
condoning that.
Being from Chicago, Chicago's linked with, with sneaker violence. Or was that something you were like cognizant of growing up when wearing Jordans? Was that something you were ever afraid of happening? Or
Well, honestly, I didn't have Jordans growing up.
No?
Yeah, but as far as the violence and the things that go along with it, it's one is business, but two, there's not enough light that's shown on what the Jordan brand does, to combat certain things. It never makes it. You never hear those headlines though.
Yeah, Welty, why can't you pick one of those, huh? Why can't you focus on that, man? Why you always gotta talk about this?
Hey,
why you always gotta talk about pissing off Jordan Brand employees?
wasn't my best thing last week what Jordan Brand did for New Orleans. My best this week.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is this right? Is this
No,
an Air
no, no,
Jordan?
no, this is-
How did this happen?
This is. I think the story behind this is really good. As everyone knows, the Katrina Jordan
Air Jordan.
Matt
Matt Welch.
3 was supposed to release.
Oh, Jordan Brand did something to make you
I
happy.
thought it was.
I'm
I thought it was
surprised.
pretty good. It was,
All right. Okay, I will let you have.
That was.
I stand corrected. I stand.
That
I stand
actually was a
corrected.
positive social
All right.
thing.
My worst thing of the week. We're gonna stay on the negative here. Is the Zoomfly Mercurial. Don't get me wrong. I love the Zoomfly. I talk about it way too much probably on the show. But this Zoomfly Flyknit Mercurial thing, I saw it in person. This is not from the embargoed preview, by the way, Nike. This is a leaked image that I have nothing to do with it. This shoe just doesn't make sense. The proportions of it just looks wonky. I think that Zoomfly sole is dangerous in a way. If you pair it with the wrong upper, it just goes kind
I
of.
think that they're trying a bit too hard to make a splash at the World Cup. Virgil tried to come out and defend himself, saying, "I know about football culture. I played."
You don't believe?
No, he played soccer in high school. Cool, bro. Like,
It's not enough for you?
Do you go to a match? Do you support? You know what I mean?
Have you ever lit a flare?
Yeah. Who's your favorite club? Let's talk about it.
Of course, as is customary, we want to get to our cop or drop section, figure out which sneakers we're feeling, which sneakers we're passing on this week. My cop is the Curry Air Max 1. This is a colorway I've wanted for a long, long time, and I feel like maybe there's not too much hype for the 2018 release. Do you guys think this will be easy? I don't really know.
I don't know.
Do kids care about these?
Some of the Air Max 1 colorways recently have kind of sold out kind of quick, like the watermelon ones.
Okay. The other two ones, by the way, suck. The green and the red, y'all could keep those, but I'm trying to add these.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that you probably had a better chance of copying it before you talked about it today.
Now, my influence is so great.
It's very great.
Can you perfectly sum up this sneaker with 5 seconds of violin?
Wow.
Damn, okay.
Speaking of Curry, I want to give a shout out once again to Derek Curry.
Very
Sneaker
nice.
Politics.
Very nice.
Yes.
We have
I love what the shoe represents.
We got sent an upcoming collaboration from Currensy and Reebok.
Shout out to Sneaker Politics.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you to our good friends at Sneaker Politics. This is the Jet Life Reebok Question, which I believe has a hidden pocket in the tongue that you can use for illicit substances.
What's in this pocket?
Zip open the pocket for him there, will you, Wealthy? Note that is a bag of crushed up pistachios. Of course, we would never promote.
Wait. You guys want to smoke this after?
We would never.
I don't think that would get you anywhere because it's not
illegal activity
really,
on this show, but.
I think there is a stash pocket, so we can put it to the test.
Can you get high on
That's crazy.
Lee, how do we feel about these in a couple seconds of violin music?
Going on to my drop of the week. This is, I don't think it's really that bad of a shoe, but I think the hype around it's a little funny. The off-white Converse Chuck Taylor is supposedly dropping. The only kind of issue I have with is, I don't know what exactly happened yet, but this shoe was supposed to be part of the Virgil 10. I think a few pairs may have found like...
The wait for this has been crazy.
Yeah, and I think we can all agree, just subjectively speaking, that this was probably the weakest out of the 10. Or when you first saw it, this was the least anticipated. It's kind of funny that this shoe has now become anticipated because Nike, for whatever reason, did not release it. I think maybe, I don't know, conspiracy theorists speaking, that they knew that there was a way to stretch out the hype on this by dropping the worst shoe and making it the most coveted shoe, which is really fucking strange.
I have a pair upstairs, so these are awesome to me.
Lee, do you have a reaction to this in a couple seconds of violin music?
No, I don't.
You don't
Speechless.
You don't want to make Virgil
Speechless.
mad?
All right, before we get out of here, we do want to dip into our mailbag and take a user-submitted question. This one from the YouTube comments, Dr. Souls11. Not sure if he's a real doctor, but we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
He also comments every week.
Shout out to Dr. Souls11.
He has a very intelligent question.
He says, what's y'all's thoughts on the state of Diadora, Asics, and New Balance in the 2018 sneaker culture compared to just a few years ago? I think we can all agree that a while back there was a lot more hype around those brands. The collaborations meant more. Now you don't really hear about them as much.
I think we can all agree Asics fucking dead, right? Like that's like out of the...
It's dead.
Yeah.
Asics is dead.
Well, I think they
Matt
need
Welty?
to move on to a new silhouette. Like
that's the problem with these brands is they just don't have enough stuff to rotate in and out as a Nike or an Adidas.
I think, I mean, not because I get paid by them, which I don't.
We put rainbows.
Yeah,
right
but as Brendan's wearing right now, I think New Balance has had a little bit of a moment with something different with the V4 dad shoes.
V4 dad shoes, is that what they're called?
No, you don't get down
I'm
with
not
dad
a dad.
shoe wave?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You want some Balenciaga Triple S?
Are you a dad?
No, I'm not either.
I was actually wearing these sneakers and then had to change them because I found out that had to fill in and I didn't want to have the same sneakers as Brendan.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I am a fan. I put New Balance on timeout for like a year.
Same.
For political reasons, I guess you could say that. But I feel like they're having like a real good moment right now, and I think they're definitely in a better position than where Saucony or Diadora is. That's for sure.
All right. This has been another episode of Full Size Run. Thank you to the millions out there for tuning in. Once again, I'm Brendan Dunn.
I'm Matt Welty from Complex Sneakers.
I am not going to be here next week, so you're welcome.